Agents rejoiced at the news of Zillow exiting the home buyer market, and buyers should be rejoicing as well. Christmas came early this year, so what does this really mean for buyers and sellers in the Atlanta area? And what in the heck is going on with Zillow? What were they doing buying the homes in the first place? I'm Sarah Maslowski, and my team and I help buyers from all over the country and locally find their dream homes. And we have had quite a few experiences with Zillow, and I wish we had better news to report. First, we all know, and most of us love Zillow. You know them as a great place to get info and search listings. We've all used Zillow at some point, and if you own a home, I'm sure that you have checked out the Zestimate, the secret algorithm that values your home, and it's rarely right. A few years ago, Zillow became a brokerage in some markets like Atlanta, Phoenix, and Las Vegas. They launched their iBuyer division called Zillow Offers. Now, Zillow is not the only iBuyer out there. In many hot markets like Atlanta, we also have OfferPad, Redfin, Open Door, and others. The premise of these companies is that they would make an offer on your home and save you, the seller, the headache of having to put your home on the market. So, like no showings, no open houses, getting ready for pictures, getting the pets out of the house. In my house, that's 3 dogs. Having to clean the baseboards, all those nitty-gritty things that you would typically have to do to sell your house, you don't have to. So you get it, and if you've been there before, you know that this can be a very stressful process. So of course, it sounds like a dream. And there has to be a catch, right? Well, kind of. Let me explain. When Zillow and Open Door first started making these offers on homes, they were almost always well below market value. Their initial offer was based on maybe a few pictures that you would send them and an algorithm. Next, they would send someone to your house to do a home inspection. 9 times out of 10, they would ask for a credit in the sales price or a reduction in the sales price due to the repairs needed on the home. Now, typically these repairs would be things like factoring in new paint and flooring, and the figure would most likely always come into the thousands of dollars. This was shocking to us as real estate agents because it's almost always more than what a typical buyer would ask for in concession or repairs. And on top of that, they're charging you, the seller, a fee, a convenience fee to do this. And most of the time, that fee was well above the typical 6% most real estate agents would charge to sell your house. And so the seller would pay quite a cost more than what they would pay with a real estate agent. And we would kind of consider this cost the convenience fee to sell to these iBuyers like Zillow. In fact, way back in my journey of video, I made a video about the downsides to selling to these companies. You can see that cringeworthy video there. Aren't you glad I've improved my video since then? Now, don't get me wrong, selling to these iBuyers was and is a great option for some sellers who needed to sell fast or had other extenuating circumstances. Us realtors would typically rejoice when we heard a seller was thinking about selling to an iBuyer because almost always we could net them more money by selling on the open market. Think about it. The Zillows and the iBuyers, they're having to buy your house, fix it up, put it back on the market, and sell it for a profit. And so we knew that as real estate agents that we could just sell it directly to the open market and net you more money. But something strange started to happen last year, and it continued well into 2021. Realtors were speaking with sellers who had considered selling to an iBuyer when we as agents, would ask the seller, okay, so what is the offer that you got from Zillow? Let us help evaluate this and give you the best possible advice. And it was almost always at or above what comparables were pricing the home at. So as a trusted real estate agent, it's always our job to do what's best for the client. And that includes evaluating all options. So when a seller says that Zillow has offered them, let's say $375,000 on their home, and then we as agents are looking at our comparables and we're like, but wait, based on the comparables and most recent home sales, we know this home should sell for $360,000. Well, we were just left scratching our heads. Why? How? What was going on? This doesn't make sense. Like I was saying earlier, before we knew that Zillow or Open Door had to offer less than what the home was worth because they had to make money. They had to flip that house, put it back on the market, and sell for a profit. So how was Zillow able to make these really aggressive, great offers on homes that were more than what the typical market should be able to handle? So the thought among local agents in Atlanta was that Zillow had so much money to burn that they could afford to lose money on homes so long as they gained market share and consumer mindshare. And then to everyone's surprise, or perhaps not, Zillow announced in October of 2021 of this year that they were pausing their home buying for the remainder of the year so that they could work through the backlog of all those homes that they had to repair and put back on the market. You know, they blame things like a labor shortage and material shortages. And experts echoed what we were thinking as agents. This person says that prices turned on them and they got a little bit flat-footed and they were probably a little too aggressive on the bidding, said Brad Erickson, an analyst at RBC Capital Markets. They probably don't care so much. It's not as important at this stage of the game to make money. You don't say. But suddenly it seemed as if maybe Zillow thought they were in over their heads. So let's just take a look at just a handful of homes that I found in the Atlanta area that demonstrates Zillow's aggressive offers and tactics that left us scratching our head. All of these homes are currently on the market at the time of filming this video. And y'all, this first one, it is a real doozy. So this home is located in Marietta. It was listed on the market at $418,000 back in July of 2021. So this was an actual home that was listed on the market with a real estate agent. So Zillow made an offer on this home and went under contract for it for $477,000. That is $59,000 more than what it was listed for. So Zillow buys this home for $477,000 in September of this year. Then they turn around and list it at the beginning of the beginning of November for $478,000. That is crazy. Hands down, they are losing money, but you know who came out the big winner on this? The seller. And the big loser, the buyers. All of these buyers who are competing against multiple offers, and some of these offers are from iBuyers like Zillow offering crazy amounts of money above fair market value for homes that they can't even make a profit on. Now, I found this next example 3 seconds later. These are everywhere in the MLS system. Here is a really cute ranch home located in Swanee. It's one of our favorite suburbs of Atlanta. In fact, we made a whole video about it and a couple of videos. You can check it out here. So this home was bought directly from the seller in August of 2021 for $467,000 and was listed a few months later for $469,000. That's nuts. And then we have this cute Sugar Hill home that was bought by Zillow in October of 2021 for $471,000, and then 2 weeks later they put it on the market for $466,000, and now they've had to drop the price down to $461,000. Are you scratching your head like I am? So crazy. And what's frustrating is that these homes probably would have originally went on the market. These sellers wanted to sell. So had Zillow not come along and offered them these crazy, ridiculous prices, it would have went on the market with a real estate agent, probably at a much lesser price. The market would have told the seller what the house was worth, likely nowhere near what Zillow is offering. Hence why they can't mark up the price even more and turn around and make a profit. So it's such a disservice to buyers, and it's so frustrating as an agent with a team of agents that work so tirelessly to help our clients get into a home that they love, and in such a competitive market, we don't need this craziness in the market. So it came as no surprise when a few weeks after Zillow's October announcement that they were pausing home buying, that they were closing down the program for good. They stated, the company said it will see a total write-down of more than $540 million as a result of its exit from this business, and resulted in a loss of 2,000 jobs. So, are we in for an influx of Zillow-owned homes that buyers can get at a discount? Not quite. Of course not. Zillow has partnered with some investor partners that are offering to buy a lot of the inventory. Most of these companies are large rental companies, and Zillow also has plans to sell off a lot of the remaining inventory on the market. Just like the homes that I showed you a little while ago, that's Zillow still selling those homes. They're still being offered for sale in the Atlanta area. So while we likely won't be seeing any great deals on homes, one win for you as a buyer is that there's one less competitor out there in the Atlanta area market making offers on homes. Oh, and I can also tell you that having less Zillow-owned homes is a blessing for the consumer. I had the pleasant experience of buying a home from them earlier this year, my first investment property, and thank goodness I was the buyer, because let me tell you, it was a nightmare of an experience. There was incorrect paperwork, difficulty getting in touch with a human, waiting forever for negotiations, going back and forth because they kept sending me the wrong documents filled out incorrectly, waiting forever on the repairs. We had to delay closing for a week because they could not provide proof of repairs and they missed repairing some things altogether. The only thing I could think of at the end of that transaction was, thank goodness this was a home for me. I never would have wanted that level of service or experience to a home buyer that I am servicing. So, if you're thinking about making a move to Georgia, make sure you check out this video that covers all the things you need to know, including having a great real estate team on top of the latest news in the Georgia real estate market. So what do you think of Zillow exiting the market? Is this a good thing or a bad thing for buyers and sellers? Let me know in the comments.